College football fans have been waiting for the most dominant university to emerge and show them what real college football looks like. But that's not going to be the North Florida Ospreys, which is who will be taking on an incredible journey to try to become that team. But as of right now, we're not so great. But if you were hyped for this series and you want to see a ton of episodes for the North Florida Ospreys, then leave me a thumbs up in this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below and tell me what you want to see out of this series. If it's particular parts about recruiting or gameplay or whatever, I want to hear from you guys. And as always, don't forget to subscribe because that makes sure you don't miss out on the future episodes. I'm going to drop a lot of them. With that being said, it is time to look at our actual team to see what we're working with from a talent perspective. Now, we are a one-star school. We're going to try to work our way up from 1 star all the way to 6 stars. Probably will take forever or may not happen, but this is a roster that was created by Gold Glover 9, so shout out to him. He did the uniforms, he did the roster. I didn't touch any of that stuff. This is all him, so thank you for that. In terms of our actual team, our highest rated player is an 80 overall, Tyson Whitmore, a junior. He's a power running back with only 83 speed, so as you can tell, it's going to be tough. Got Xavier Valentine as well, another junior, and our punter is our 3rd best player. At quarterback, we have Atari Joseph. We have behind him Jakari Martinez, who's only 1 overall behind, and then Jamar Brown, a freshman that's already redshirted at 66 overall. At halfback, again, you've already been introduced to Tyson Whitmore, but behind him is Lynn Osborne, who's a senior, but he's a lot faster, so we'll use him sparingly when we can. But he's also 6'4", 223, which is insane to me. We have the sophomore Stacey Everson, we have Kurt Fernando, a sophomore as well, and then a true freshman Tracy Dudley, who you'll be seeing is getting redshirted. At fullback, we have Gerald High, who's 5'11", 247, which basically means he looks like Ruben Studdard in a tuxedo. At receiver, we have Kyle Weaver at a 68 overall, insane. Then behind him, we have Keenan McDowell, who's a 67 overall with 79 speed. This team does not have a lot of speed. We have Bradley Concepcion, Brennan McDaniel, Victor Rice, a senior, Timmy White, a sophomore who's going to get redshirted, OJ Stanford, a junior, Frank Hodge, a senior, and Stephen Douglas. Great last name, but he's a freshman and he's not playing this year. At tight end, we have Marlon Crenshaw as a senior. We have junior Damian Booker and freshman Akeem Toth. So the offensive line isn't exactly great, but it's solid in some areas. We have a 70 overall senior in Jamal Clark. We got a sophomore in Clark Gaines and Christian Bryant, a true freshman. Then we have at left guard, we have Jerome Douglas, a senior at 63 overall. Behind him is Tremaine Morris, a sophomore at 61. We have Charles Fulton at center as well. I mean, as you can tell, the offensive line is tough. The right side gets really bad here at right guard. We have Chauncey Cross, a sophomore, is 55. We have Roshan Cronin, 54 overall freshman, so he's going to get redshirted because God help us. At 70 overall, right tackle, and Heath Griffith as a junior, a sophomore in Justin Chavis, and another sophomore in Daryl Todd. Defensive line, nothing is great in this team. We have Arthur Coley as a senior, Jermaine Holly, a sophomore, and Hakeem Gibson, a senior. At right end, we have Timmy Fernando, a sophomore, Samson Benson, a senior, and then a junior in Gilbert Lacey. Defensive tackle, we have John Anthony as a sophomore. We have Patrick Torres, a sophomore, Jimmy Schultz, a junior, and then a sophomore again in Kevin Cummings, who's going to be getting redshirted, as well as Benjamin Irvin, a true freshman, who's getting redshirted as well. An outside linebacker on the left side, we've got Dante Bailey. We have Rondell Gandy. We have a freshman in Oscar Blake, and we have a sophomore who's getting redshirted in Javon Holly. Middle linebacker, meet Dane East, the junior, who should be probably getting most of our tackles for our team. Solid speed at 81 overall. And our linebackers in general in the middle are decently fast. The 80 overall speed here for Rudy Stanford at 65 overall as a senior. And then a freshman again getting redshirted in Stacey Hoffman. Right outside linebacker, we have our captain, one of our best players on our team, Darius Trengen, a junior at 72 overall. Gotta love it. Behind him is going to be Gary Huff, a redshirt freshman, Dante Crenshaw, a redshirt sophomore, and then a true freshman in JP Harper, who's getting redshirted. As we hit our corners, there's some bright spots, but the most of it is not great. Manuel Fritz is our senior. We've got Dre Bowman, also a redshirt senior. Gamara Montgomery, a senior as well. Julius Justice, a redshirt freshman. Harry Justice, a sophomore. I don't know if these guys are like, they're not brothers. Never mind. One's from Beechwood, Ohio, and one's from Claymont, Delaware. Never mind. And then we have Jess Armstrong, a redshirt senior, 58 overall. I hope you don't play. As you guys saw earlier, though, one of our best players is Xavier Valentine, who's a 78 overall. Behind him is Deandre Greer at free safety. And if you can tell, well, you'll see our strong safety. We're going to actually put Greer at our strong safety because I don't want to have him just ride in the pine for no reason. Our team needs guys like that to be playing. And then Alan Goodwin, a freshman. He's got good height, but he's going to be riding the bench this year. And again, if you look at our safety and the strong side, we have Jamar Cunningham, a junior, who's a 69 overall, and Riley Terrell, who's going to get redshirted. Yeah, we're putting Greer over Cunningham all day. On the bright spot, our kicker's not bad. We got a redshirt sophomore in John Morton at a 72 overall, and then we have a punter who was our third best player, 78 overall, Arnell Todd. We're not going to win many games because a lot of you guys are going to ask this question: what is the offensive and defensive skills on? They're going to be on Heisman. User versus user says varsity, but that really doesn't matter because we're not playing any human actual players here. Quarter length is going to be 6 minutes. We'll play around with that. And then our player minimum speed threshold is now 40 instead of 50 because that'll make the fast players separate from the slower players. And that should mean that our team is going to get blown out of the water. Oh, yeah. And speaking of getting blown out of the water, let's look at our actual schedule. So I made it as tough as I could possibly make it based on what was available to us. So week 1, we're not playing, but week 2, we have Arizona State. We're going to be playing them at home, which is great news. We have LSU, we're going there. Then we go to Penn State, again, going to Penn State. And we have Oklahoma at home. We're playing the 5, 8, and 6 teams, the 2015 before that. I don't know if we're going to win a single game there. Then after that, we go to our conference actual schedule. So we have Rice, UTEP, Western Kentucky, Mid-Tennessee State, Old Dominion, Florida International, Florida Atlantic, and we wrap up the season with Marshall. I don't think we're going to be playing in conference championship week, but you never know. I would also like to introduce you guys to Mervin McMervin. That's our head coach. That's the greatest name of all time. Mervin McMervin. Offensive styles, Ohio State spread. Defensive style, running a 4-2-5 playbook. It might not work. One way to find out, however. Now, a lot of you guys are probably already asking this question in the comments down below. Am I using a custom roster? Absolutely, I am. I went and downloaded one from Operation Sports. There are tons of those available for the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, but I went ahead and got one. I'm showing you Ohio State's roster, for example. You see that Justin Fields is there. Josh Myers, Thayer Munford, Trey Sermon. I mean, all the main people are going to be there. Is the roster like 100% accurate? No, but is it really, really good? Yeah, in my opinion, it is. Now, something to call out, a lot of you guys submitted your players to be available to be in this dynasty. Now, keep in mind, these are not going to be people that are on my team. You guys are going to be recruits every single year. I'm adding like 10 to 20 or 30 of you guys each year to put you in the pool. Maybe I get you, maybe I don't, but you have an opportunity to be a really good player on a team at some point. If you want to know why I'm not putting you on my team exactly, because if I do, I'm gonna have a lot of you guys saying,
GoodGameBro, why aren't I playing? I'm the best player of this team. Play me, you're trash, I'm unsubscribing.
I'm not doing that again. So we'll let you guys look at a couple of the top recruits that are out there. Jake Jeremiah is one of you guys out there. I believe, who else we got? Junior Moore. This man's 6'8", 255. That's one of you guys as well. John Powell. We got some solid ones out here. Neil Baxter is one of you guys as well. I mean, there are some incredibly talented athletes. Again, you will see your names pop up periodically. Some of you guys, maybe I'm recruiting. Some of you, maybe I have no intention to recruit whatsoever. But if I hearted your comment in that thread, that means you got added. And to give you guys a taste of the recruiting and where we are ultimately with that, the game accidentally had recruiting assistance turned on, so it added a lot of people that I don't necessarily want here, but I'm going to highlight some of the main people that we're actually caring about. We got Tavarius Miller. This guy seems like he's pretty solid. He's got 91 speed, 73 overall at corner. Those are all great things for me. We've also got Damien Carter coming in here. We're in the lead for him. We got 500 points. We're trying to make sure we lock up our corners. I want speed. I want guys that can play just fast-paced football. So we're going to try to get some guys that can do that. Marlon Nathan is a guy that I really want. He's a 4-star running back. You're actually only 15 points behind USC. So I basically went for a full court press for this guy. We've offered him a scholarship already. We have 500 points on him. If you look at the things that we've already scouted for him, he's got B speed, B acceleration. So I don't know how fast he'll ultimately be, but looseness 85, juke move 83, injuries an 88. Pass block, run block aren't very great. His kick return is actually pretty solid. His release is actually pretty good. So he might be a good receiving back out of the backfield. Could use him in the return game as well. Go through the rest again. I'm not going to bore you guys with every single prospect, but I want to give you guys a good look at what we're ultimately recruiting. We're in the lead for a lot of these guys early on. Some of them we haven't even put really scouting points into, and we'll ultimately figure out how many of them we can basically land. But there are some good diamonds in the rough, and there are some good 3-stars. We already are the top team or the second team for, like you see for Joe Thomas right there. There's an athlete, John Williams, who's pretty intriguing. We've got him pretty much maxed out. I'm trying to land some of these guys early so we can get them off the board and then go focus our efforts on somebody else. We are looking at a couple quarterbacks as well. You can see Ryan Nelson there. Wide receiver is a big position of need for us because you guys saw that. Defense across the board. Deron Thirst is an interesting guy too. So he's a 3-star. It's actually one of you guys that we found. We're currently 5th for him. We only have 40 points on him, but I'm hoping to allocate a whole lot more in the coming weeks. But if you look at him, B speed, B acceleration, 82 agility, 92 jumping, 91 stamina. No powers. not great at 83. His throw accuracy is not great, so he wouldn't probably play day one. But his juke moves at 86. His injury is really good. I feel like if we sat him for a year or two, he could be our starter right after that. We've covered a lot of information, but the last thing I want to ultimately cover right now is the top 25 as it currently stands. We have Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma winning from number 6 to number 3 with a big win over ULM. Oregon and Penn State are your top 5 teams. Again, we will probably not even be close to being here in the first year. I imagine we're going to have way more losses than wins, and that's kind of the ultimate goal. I don't want to have a dynasty that we can just roll over and win and dominate. I want a team that maybe gets a couple of wins. We're excited about that. We get to find out who's who and maybe get us a couple of recruits that could change our fortunes. That's the goal. So in the next episode, what you will be seeing is us taking on Arizona State. Our first ever game will be at home. Will we win? I doubt it, but it'll be a whole lot of fun. Again, if you're enjoying this and you want to see more episodes, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below and tell me how excited you are. I'll catch you guys in the next one.